Hello and welcome again. This is What the Stories Say, and I'm your host, Dr. Pauline Baird, cultural bearer from the village of Buxton, Guyana. And if it's your first time here, welcome. If you're a regular, you're so welcome. Come in, sit down, loud, talk story. Like I said, I'm doing this damn story series, and it's born out of an invitation by some Africans to tell our stories. You see, these Africans, they don't know me from Jack. I don't even know them. But they found me. And how did they find me? Through What the Stories Say. And they're doing African rhetoric. And so they want me to participate in their project. And I'm going to tell these stories. Because like I said, this is the third arm of my dissertation project, through reciprocity, to give back to the community who gave me. And I thank my cousin Tamika Boson, is a historian, and so when I asked her to tell me the stories and where I could find the records, she said, Cousin Pauline, you got to go to the people who tell stories. They don't write down these stories, no way. So I thank her so much for that little thing. And so I did. I thank my dissertation chair as well. She said, you must go to women and listen to their stories. And not just listen for the stories. And so I went to the village. And thank you, Sister Yvette Herod. She's a treasure. She's a living archive. Like I said when I did my defense, I said when I left home they had old people, and when I went back I heard that we have archivists, and Sister Yvette was the one they pointed me to. Revered and a treasure, a living treasure. Yeah, please cherish Sister Yvette. Healthy respect. Yes, Sister Yvette, big you up. Me know you get your African gods malolo, and you're performing to the Emancipation time. Thank you so much. Due to Sister Yvette, I was privy to some of the archival material to learn more about the Buxton women. And she brought out a huge map, and I'm still trying to get this map made smaller so everybody can access this map, but I still haven't. Anyway, I scoured that map and I was looking for names of women who purchased, and I'm thinking, is there any family member of mine who purchased? And lo and behold, my eyes saw a woman, Patience Watson. On my grandmother's side, my grandmother was a Watson. And according to Cousin Vadney, this Watson tribe is a big tribe. And I take it as my family. Because after all, there's a whole street named Watson Street. I was thinking to myself that must be some man Watson that buy this property and this street come called Watson Street. But nothing to go so. If I'm to impose on the history and look at the names of the people who purchased, Patience Watson's name is there. And we have this street, original street in the village, Watson Street. So I claiming it for Patience. Yes. That she is the progenitor of my people. Yes. Now I've been digging for information about Patience and I haven't found a thing on Patience, unfortunately. All I know is her name. But I want to honor Patience as a woman from the dam. A dam woman. And here's the reason why. Because land was very important to Patience. And Patience bought land in Friendship, where Brush Dam is, and where Company Dam is. And that Watson Street goes straight across from Brush Dam all the way to Old Road. Yes. Okay. So today I'm going to recite a letter to Patience Watson. I get the things written down here. So if you see me looking down, I got to look down because this is not ad-lib, right? So I want to ask Patience some questions. So this is me. Dear Auntie Patience Watson. You know I got to say auntie because it's a big woman. Dear Auntie Patience Watson. I am Pauline Baird. My grandmother is Letitia Watson. Her parents were Attie and Altie. They used to live at Head House, a Company Road, in the small house. Yes. Auntie Patience Watson, I have some questions for you. Thank you very much if you can answer them. I know you can't answer them, but I can ask them anyway. So here goes. What did it mean to you as a woman of African descent to purchase part of a plantation in 1841? When you just have the plantation? Were there risks and motivations behind your decisions? Whose labor sustained the plantation after you acquired it? Were they formerly enslaved people on it? Well, I kind of know this one, Antipatients, because plenty people that are working, that they planting and so on, they make it to a planting estate here. And Antipatients, I know when y'all buy it, they had a schooner, they had a hospital, and so on. Yes, I know that. Yeah, I know it had a pump house. Antipatients, I want to know, did you see ownership as a strategy for survival, resistance, and or something else entirely? What? I'm curious to know, because for me, I see it as all of the above for survival and resistance, because God damn it, we not gonna dead. We not gonna dead. And Antipatients are the righteous witness. I want to ask you some more questions. Bear with me. Where were you born? And what stories did you inherit from your mother and father and grandmother? Antipatients, I know you're born enslaved. You had to be born enslaved. Or Antipatients, was you one of them people who come after the slavery abolished? If been so, Antipatient, I'm proper glad. Because I do know that the Spanish were still running the slave ships after slavery was abolished by the British. And Cousin Vadney tell me when she was 105 that how Marianne Ramsey, they come in 1882 from Paradise as a little girl, and she want to believe that this Marianne Ramsey is the one who been married into the family. They get a paper. I want to get a paper. Cousin Norman get the paper. But Marianne Ramsey, and I ain't see the paper yet, but when I see the paper, I'm going to get to understand the story more. So I got to make sure Cousin Norman, make sure she give me the paper so I can see it, the paper over 100 years old. So I can see what it says about our family. So I know that you got grandmothers and you had mother and so on, but I want to know about them. But I'm more curious to know if you came on a slave ship, or if you born into slavery, or even better yet, if you were some of the ones that them rescue out them slave ship that been going to Cuba and so, and then set free in Guyana. So you didn't really come in bound and so, right? Or was it you, one of them who come as endangered immigrants from Africa and from America? I mean, you know, Antipatients, me just a wonder. Next question. How did you identify yourself? Culturally or spiritually? Were you a traditionalist? You used to wrap your head? Or how did you see yourself in this colonial order? Maybe them the questions you occupy yourself because you have to work hard. I don't know. But this is me asking questions. What was your relationship with the African traditions? Did you guys used to beat drum? Pour libation? What kind of foods you used to eat to celebrate your African ancestry? How did you use medicine? Did you use traditional medicine? How did you learn about that? I want to know. Antipatients, I want to ask you, how did you learn to navigate the systems of power? How did you come to this idea that, well, I'm going to use my land for economic benefits, I'm going to use it for certain ways? How you come to that? Antipatients, I know this, that the land, ownership of land never left Africans. Never left Africans at all. They get a man in Dr. Nehusi Kamani, does research all about the land and African identity and ancestry. He said land is where we neighbor Stringberry. Black people and land tied together. We like land. But you know, Antipatients, some of we nowadays going on as if we're stupid. We not honor this land, we not disrespect this land. May then say and get Chinese in the village, take up the land and build house all up against the church. Like boxing people forget. Like they forget their roots. Well, anyway, a free country, I don't know what I'm do. But I want to know how you navigate the systems of power. Did you rent your land? Did you farm your land? How did you get money? And things like that. And you know, when they had the systems to exclude you, and when they open the coca to flush the people back to the plantation and so. What was your mindset? What did you think? How you survived that? How did it affect your psyche? Did it break you down? Or did it give you more impetus to drive and continue? These are questions I want to know. Auntie Patience, who advised you? Who supported you in your decisions during this period of purchase? Did y'all get together and deliberate? How many meetings y'all had? Where did you hide your money? Did you tighten a kerchief and put it in your bosom? Did you bury it? Because I hear they said that they bury the money. And then they put it in wheelbarrow and push it and go and pay massa. Auntie Patience, when then massa call them big money, $50,000, what your mind they think? You never see $50,000 in your band days. The money they scandalize your mind? How much money you had? Hey, Auntie Patience. Hey, you see the thing, yeah, I used to say, wow, dirty bill down, me proper like it, you know. I must have died, easy do. Hey, hey. That's how I just live, you know. One dirty bill down. Hey. I got to ask you the secret, a woman thing. You know, they say women's gotta get a vex money, right? Did you and other women, you know, quietly hide away your money from the man them in your life? Did you have man? Me I know if you had husband or you had man. People they say so. Did you squirrel away this money so you can put it towards your survival? So that you can resist and you can build up yourself? Tell me. I want to know these things. Auntie Patience, they don't get a lot of stories about women. We call it silencing. I want to ask you, did you ever think your story would be told? Did you imagine the descendants remembering your name and calling your name like I am doing? Patience Watson, Patience Watson, Patience Watson. Auntie Patience, people all over the world going to hear your name. Because you see this little program I get it, and I start with story. And now everybody gonna know who listen that they get a woman named Patience Watson who they buy land in 1841. You know, 1841, African Americans in America, we don't fight for all kind of things. They had no rights. They had no rights. They had no rights. But we women, a boxing friendship village, you make me proper proud that we the own land long time. Long time. But I wanted to know if you ever thought that somebody gonna come call your name. Me, the granddaughter of Letitia Watson, whose parents were Attie and Altie Watson, come here for talk with story and call your name. God bless you. Me proud of you. To my soul. And I vow never to squander your sacrifice. Never to take for granted what you gave us. How did you see your role as a woman in the village, in the marketplace, in the public square? Do you know the colonial records didn't carry our stories, or not many of our stories, of women like you? I know that y'all friendship people, y'all the proper strong, you know. Auntie Patience, when me look in the archival records, me see y'all used to like write letter. Hey, you're writing letter for protest, all kind of thing for your land and so. And I also read what the white man said about y'all, what me care what he said about y'all. I know what I see y'all do because it was written down there. So I get to know some things, but then I'm telling your full story. So I asking all these questions. And in asking the questions, I'm building a fuller story of you because I don't know your day to day. I want to ask you, what did emancipation mean to you? What did it mean before 1834 and after 1834? Did you believe it? Did you believe that when they ring the bell emancipation morning that you were emancipated? Or did you wait for the John Hancock where the paper was signed? Because I know some Africans didn't care about the bell, they care about the pen. Were you one who cared about the pen or you care about the bell? Well, for me, meaning care about pen or bell. All I know is y'all work for y'all liberation, because according to Baba A.U.C. Quine and many scholars, emancipation had to come. It had to come because women like you were pushing the envelope. Men and women, African people never gave up fighting for their freedom. Never. In all their dealings, they never did, and I'm so happy. Auntie Patience, I want to ask you, who you passed the land to? Did you just die and leave the land, and then the ancestors, the other people who come along, just live on it? Because you know, Old Road is there. House land is still there. Did it pass down? How did that happen? What lessons did you have that you could teach the next generation of women and girls like me? I can only extrapolate. And when I grow up and I see Cousin Kaiser, big and strong, my Uncle Orman, big and strong, and I could see my Aunt Ivy that they call Man Ivy, and I see Danda, Uncle Canto, and Cousin Vadney, she's a market woman and so, and my cousin Yolene Watson was Boson, and all of them. I got to think that you teach them something come down through the generation for us girls. Because my cousin Tamika, who younger than me, that come through the line, the Watson line, direct Watson line, you know what she said? She said, I got to think our girl child training that may teach she how to take care of herself through girl child training. Auntie Patience, what else you got to teach us? What could you have taught us? What do you want your descendants to know about you? All I know is that you buy land, and I'm proud, and you're a woman. And back in the day, women didn't have much rights, but those African women put the John Hancock to paper and sign and get the land. Yes. And that wasn't the done thing. That was pretty revolutionary. Thank you. Yes. And so, if you could speak, I would listen. But I know our ancestors speak in many ways. And you come to us in dreams. You come to us in intuition. You come to us through bush medicine. You come to us through the drums. You come to us through the proverbs. You come to us through the saying and what I used to say. You come to us through them say and what the stories say. You come to us through the elders' wisdom. And so I'm going to listen for your stories. Wow, good. And thank you.